featuring at the bicentennial concert for the Prince and Princess of Wales on Monday. We go to the town of Cooperpedy, where 90% of the words opals are mined, and we report on the problem that's killing 1,000 Australians every year: too much sun. And two crocodiles swagger into our studio this morning, along with Mike Morris. Quite a trio, isn't it? Anyway, that's all coming up to you in the next half hour, here on Good Morning Britain from Australia. Now, John Denver is over here primarily on holiday, if you can call it a holiday. He's in rehearsals for two big concerts this weekend. He's managed to find the time to come in to see us this morning. Good morning. It's great to see you again.
Thank you, and nice to see you again.
And as I say, it was primarily a holiday with your lady, Cassandra Delaney.
Yes, I came over here a couple of days before Christmas to be with Cassie and to meet the rest of her family. It was nice to tie in with doing these two concerts at the end of the month.
So she's Australian. You met her out here?
I met her here 2 years ago this coming April when I was on a concert tour over here.
And how do you like Australia then? Because you're going to be seeing a lot more of it, I suppose.
I love Australia. I love the people. I love the country. I love Sydney Harbour. It's one of the most gloriously beautiful places in the world.
And they've managed to keep it beautiful, too.
And
they haven't spoiled it, have they?
Yeah, it's done a very good job of that.
And you're a man who loves the environment, who loves the countryside and all things natural.
Yes, and so I appreciate how they've been able to maintain the harbour. They, like everybody else more and more around the world, it seems, still litter the highways and the parks. It's really a drag to see that, but the harbour is spectacular.
Yes, they've really kept it how it is. And there are rumours, at least there have been in the press, about the fact that you're going to be out here to get married, Cassie. Is that right?
Well, Cass and I are planning on getting married. We've been together now almost 20 months, and that's not to say we won't do it in the future, but right now we're very happy with our relationship as it is, and madly in love, which is wonderful.
Congratulations.
And we don't feel the need to change anything.
No, if it ain't broke, don't mend it.
Exactly.
Yes, that's right.
Thank you for saying that.
So after your holiday with the two concerts, that's going to be exciting too, because it's a big concert on Sunday.
Opening the new football stadium here, which is a spectacular stadium. And then Monday night, the televised concert from the Entertainment Center with Prince Charles and Princess Di. I've never performed for royalty before. I'm a little nervous.
You're joking. You haven't before? What are you going to sing?
I'm doing 3 songs. One that I wrote for Bicentennial. I'm doing a song that I wrote for Cassie. And then Calypso, I think, for all the sailors in Sydney Harbour.
Oh, so it sounds like a pretty good... is there any chance I can bend your arm and get you to play for us a bit later on in the programme this morning? Go on. Okay. Well, I'll let you think about it. I tell you what, have you been to Cooperpedy?
I've not been there, though I love opals, and that's one of the places I'd like most to visit here in Australia.
Well, great, because you'll enjoy this next report. And there's a piece of opal. I don't think it's got quite the right sort of tinge to make it £1 million worth or $1 million worth. But it's a nice bit of opal, nevertheless. Thanks very much, Kay. That's all right, I've got to give it back to her at the end of the programme. John, it's actually fascinating the way they just knock a hole and make a living room, isn't it?
It's amazing, yeah.
What about natural home to you? I mean, we always think of you, Colorado, Denver, Colorado, with these ski mountains. And is that where you're going to continue to live now that you have an Australian lady? She's probably used to hotter times.
She is, and being down here for Christmas was very, very unusual. You know, a warm summer day that you wanted to spend the whole day on the beach. It didn't feel like Christmas, really.
No.
It was very interesting.
And you need outside influence. Well, you strike me as a person who needs a lot of outside influence to actually think of something to inspire you to a song.
I think, like a lot of people, any time that I can spend outdoors, any time I can spend in a park if I'm in the city or here on the harbor, and when I'm able, especially to get out into the country, it's something that's very, very calming to me, and it relieves all the stress of my existence. And when that occurs, then your mind and your heart are open to songs, to music.
And how do you compose? Do you just compose in your head, or with a guitar, or with a piano?
Mostly, a song usually begins for me with a line or a phrase, and quite often while I'm driving, I'll be working on a song in my head, and then when I have the chance to sit down with a guitar, with a piano, I'm able to finish it.
And we in Britain, just before Christmas, saw The Christmas Story. It was a story, I think it was made especially for television, wasn't it?
Yes,
Where you play an architect, and you go to this beautiful idyllic town in Colorado, and in the end you don't want to spoil it by building there.
Exactly.
Is there a real place like that?
Well, Georgetown, Colorado is where we filmed it, and it's exactly like what you saw on television.
But don't tell anyone.
But don't tell anybody. It might be too late.
Yes, it might be just a bit. Don't go away. In a moment, how 1,000 miles by that reporter. Well, you've heard all that before now.
No, they're starting to be more aware of it, I think, everywhere, certainly in our country, and I've known about the problem here in Australia some time.
It's funny that talking about babies under 12 months, not to put them in the sun at all, seems actually wrong to most people. They think, a wonderful sunny day, stick the baby out in the pram.
Well, you'd think so, but I think, that soft, fragile, tender skin, and as harsh as the sun can be, especially in a climate like this, is something to be mindful of.
You're somebody who's always got a brown face because you're skiing such a lot.
Well, I'm outdoors. It would be almost impossible for me to stay inside, and yet I try to follow, the kind of things that they say, and not be out in the hot of the middle of the day, and be sure I have plenty of protection on, and let it come easily, not overdo it.
You're a man anyway who thinks a great deal about the environment and about the way we as a human race abuse our environment, and also about maybe the way we don't fully understand it. You said once, I don't know how many years ago, that one day, hopefully within your lifetime, no man on this earth would have to go hungry. Are you very depressed by our lack of progress?
Well, sometimes, but at the same time I notice that some enormous strides have been taken. And especially the kind of thing that happened a couple of years ago with Bob Geldof's Band-Aid, and then the Live Aid concert and all of that. We raised people's awareness incredibly, and the major step that was taken is that people are aware now that we have the wherewithal to end hunger. At the same time, we have to deal with hunger, the persistence of hunger. At the same time, we have ongoing tragedies such as a reoccurring famine that's happening again now in Ethiopia. And it looks as if we accomplished nothing. But we are making headway, and what is required, in my opinion, is that people like you and I and like Bob Geldof do more than, well, we did this one thing and now I'm out of it. We have to stay with it until there is no more hunger on the planet. The fact that 35,000 human beings starve to death every day is an obscenity to me, especially when you know that there's enough to feed twice the population. There's not too many people. And it's one of those ways that we can begin working together, and out of that work, begin to learn about one another and understand one another and perhaps finally trust one another, as we're trying so desperately to do with people and nations who have been considered our adversaries.
One of the worst we can do is struggle a little.
Have you ever held a cup before?
I never have. No, this is far out. That's all right.
That's got a very interesting face.
What is it like to be calm? How do you calm him?
You don't really settle himself down, really.
Yes. What about the one you're holding?
This is Junior.
Welcome back to Sydney in Australia, where John Denver has been our guest this morning. He has agreed to play for us, and as you can see, a piano has miraculously appeared at the front of the studio. John, please.
Thank you, Anne. This is my newest love song, and it was written for my lady, Cassandra. It's called For You. Just to lay in your arms, just to be the first one, always there for you, just to live in your laughter, just to sing your heart, just to be every one of your dreams come true. Just to sit by your window, just to tap in the night, just to offer a prayer each day to you, just to long for your kisses, just to dream of your side, just to know that I'd give my life to you. For you, all the rest of my life to you, all the best of my life for you alone, only for you. Just to wake up each morning, just you by my side, just to know that you're never really far away, reason for living, just to say I adore. Just to know that you're here in my heart to stay. For you, all the rest of my life. For you, all the rest of my life. For you alone, only for you. Just the words of a love song, just the beat of my heart, just the pledge of my life, my love to you.
Oh, that was brilliant. How simply amazing to be the lady for whom that was written. I hope she likes it.
I hope so too.
When did you first write to her?
We'd been together about 2.5, 3 months, and she had to come back to Australia for a television show, and I wrote it for her while she was back here. And so when she came home, I sang it for her.
You must be very much in love to write a lady a song like that.
I am in love, yes.
That's terrific. Oh, congratulations. Oh,
thanks.
I've gone all goose and like Mike Morris joined us, just in case you
Hello.
wanted.
Good morning to you. I must say, it sure beats a curry as a takeaway gift for your wife, isn't it?
It certainly does, yeah. Anyway, we're going to be working together next week.
We are, yes. I've been researching, as you can imagine.
Yeah, best of luck with those.
Thank you.
Thanks ever so much for joining us today. And you've got a British tour coming up.
Between the middle of April and the middle of June, sometime I'll be over there.
Well, we look forward to seeing you again then.
Thank you.
Great. It's really nice to see you. And Mike?